With the spring session of the legislature now complete, I just wanted to reach out and thank all of you for your continuing support. So now, the race to replace Kenny is underway, and I'm a little concerned that the folks who ignored you and discounted your ideas and your concerns are already falling back into bad habits. Even worse, we are already seeing some candidates and their supporters taking personal shots at each other. There's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt that is widely circulated on the internet. Something to the effect of, "Great minds discuss idea. Small minds discuss people." Runaway public debt, resulting in higher taxes and slower economic growth, comes at a devastating cost for the millennials and our younger generations. Our kids will be worse off than their parents and their grandparents, and they know it. I talk a lot about Alberta needing a fair deal with Ottawa, and for very good reason. But now, more than ever, we need to focus on getting a fair deal for Albertans in our economy. The good news is there are a number of steps we can take to get this very thing started. Next up is an issue I've been speaking about for years. That is the need for meaningful democratic reform. But Drew, you say, what does democratic reform have to do with helping the little guy and his family get ahead in this economy? The answer is everything. Alberta's slow decline in recent years has as much to do with politics as it does with economics. It has to do with Eastern and global influences employing government insiders as lobbyists to rig our economy in their favor. It has to do with foreign money being used legally and illegally to influence provincial and national elections. It also has to do with government and parties ignoring the wishes of citizens and members to forge ahead with their untested and dangerous policies. And if Albertans are ever going to get a fair deal in our economy, we need to get absolutely serious about decentralizing political power and putting regular folks back in charge. First off, Alberta's recall and citizens' initiative legislation needs to be overhauled. The version of these initiatives that were democratically approved by UCP members were far superior to the relatively toothless versions enacted by Jason Kenney. Either you respect the will of the people or you do not. Secondly, Alberta's democratic process needs a circuit breaker that allows MLAs to remove a political party leader. The federal government has its Reform Act, which was recently used by the CPC MPs to remove failed leader Aaron O'Toole. This tool is needed in Alberta to help prevent leaders like Kenny from interfering in party nomination races and to help end the culture of cronyism. And perhaps most importantly, we need a constitution specifically written by Albertans for Alberta. Constitutions are unique documents. Properly written, they are designed to protect the rights and freedoms of citizens from overreaching governments, and those same governments cannot unilaterally alter them. The creation of a formal constitution, including the election of an independent constitutional convention, is a great opportunity to engage with Albertans from every region and build a forward-looking vision for our province as the strongest and most free jurisdiction in North America. It is also an opportunity to entrench property rights in Alberta. Enacted in 1972, the Alberta Bill of Rights enshrines the right of the individual to liberty, security of the person, and enjoyment of property, and the right not to be deprived thereof except by the due process of law. However, the Alberta Bill of Rights has a limited scope. It only applies to provincially enacted legislation and can be overridden by the legislature. At the same time, Canada's Charter of Rights and Freedoms does not protect property rights. The quickest and most effective way to protect property rights in Alberta is to include them within a written Alberta Constitution. This paves the way for courts to strike down any law that arbitrarily restricts or removes Albertans' property rights, no matter what party controls the current government. In other videos, I will look at Alberta income tax policy, the small business tax, energy taxes, how to spend, save, and plan better, and living within our budget.